680's Richard Southern joins us. Richard, this is like Chapter 11 in the trade war saga now. So Donald Trump has slapped a new trade tariff on China, and investors are not happy.
Yeah, because, you know, Francis, this sets the stage for, just a trade war between the world's two largest countries. Very serious matter here, and investors indeed shaking in their boots. Trump administration announcing tariffs on up to $60 billion worth of Chinese goods going into the U.S.
We have a trade deficit, depending on the way you calculate, of $504 billion. Now, some people would say it's really $375 billion. Many different ways of looking at it, but any way you look at it, it is the largest deficit of any country in the history of our world. It's out of control.
$60 billion in tariffs, actually not very big when you look at all the trade between China and the U.S., but it's the signal it sends, and experts are saying it really depends now how China responds. Investors not liking this. The Dow Jones Industrial Average on Wall Street today tumbled 723 points, a 3% pullback for the Dow. S&P was down 2.5%. The big manufacturers took the brunt of the selling. Boeing down more than 5%. And Francis, the TSX down 275 points. Just a bad day all around for stocks.
Well, back here at home, the Senate voting late this afternoon on the government's bill that would legalize recreational marijuana. How do the pot stocks react?
Not good, because there's word that there's a chance that this bill to legalize cannabis might fail in the Senate. And if it does, Francis, that would be it for the legislation. The Liberals would have to change it, reintroduce it. It would mean we wouldn't be having legal cannabis in the summer as we suspected we would. Bill C-45 coming up for a vote later today. Senators on both sides of the aisle have vocalized concerns about the bill. The vote said to be close. Canopy Growth, one of the biggest pot stocks on Bay Street, fell 4.3%. Aurora down 4.4%. We'll keep you updated on that bill. We're expecting a vote, I think, before 7 o'clock tonight.
Okay. Earlier this week, Uber suspended all of its self-driving tests, the car tests, following the deadly crash in Arizona.
This is it.
Yeah. So they've actually released a video. So is this so people can judge for themselves?
I think so, because the city in Arizona under pressure to sort of justify the fact that they're allowing this. As you could see, it shows a pedestrian walking from a darkened area onto the street just moments before the self-driving SUV hit her. The lights of the car didn't illuminate this victim until just, a half second before she was hit. So it didn't look like the human driver who was in the seat as a driver's seat as a backup could have done anything. The question is, should the sensors on the car have been able to see through the darkness to pick up that cyclist? As it stands now, the police department say that the Uber car is not at fault, but maybe that video raising some more questions.
But would the car even have been able to stop in a split second,
well,
even if the sensors detected it?
That's true. The sensors maybe should have picked her up coming from further away. We don't know. We'll see what the investigation shows.
Well, here's an interesting story out of the cruise line business. So I don't get this, but the company is literally cutting a massive ship in two to make it bigger.
This is something else. This is a ship called Silver Spirit, launched in 2009, 642-foot luxury cruise liner. They wanted to make it bigger, so they sawed it in half, and look at that. They cut it.
It's like a magic trick.
Isn't it? And then they slid in place this 49-foot section that they built. So this is to make it 49 feet longer. This extension cost the cruise line more than $70 million, but that's a lot cheaper than commissioning a new ship. The capacity was 540 passengers, but as they slid that section in, it became 608 passengers. These types of extensions, very rare. In fact, this is the first luxury cruise ship to get one, and there they are putting the two sections together. I don't know. Would you worry about sailing on that?
I feel about that.
Might spring a leak or something like that.
Well, you wonder, right? Like, how long is that going to last?
Hope that welding job is up to snuff.
No kidding. Where's the price of gas going tonight?
Yeah, that's not up to snuff. The gas price is going up again. We're going up a penny tonight, but that's going to bring us to $1.30.9 a liter. Francis, that's the most expensive we've seen in a year. And as you said yesterday, we're going into the peak driving season come April and May. So prices going way up here. Tips, look for gas stations outside the city of Toronto. You get a better deal. Even in the suburbs here in the GTA, tend to see a better price.
Okay, before the break, you talked to us about smelly workplaces. So what is the survey finding?
That a lot of workplaces just flat out stink,
really?
Francis. Does your newsroom stink there?
No, it's beautiful in here.
It does here because we're working in radio. We got tough digs here. 46% of workers say their office has an offending smell. Most, though, ignore the stench and suffer in silence. 20% of companies now have scent-free policies in place. So what are the most offending smells in the office place? It is food topping the list, followed by people wearing too much body fragrance, and then having offending fragrances on your desk, be it a candle or incense or things like that. So
there are some people with some offensive creams here. I'll be honest, yeah.
Don't call them out on the air or you won't be able to walk into work tomorrow, Francis.
And I've been accused of smelly food. I've gone for lunch, got this wonderful, tasty pad thai that people don't like to smell, but it tastes good.
Nothing wrong with pad thai. You sit next to me. I'm fine with that.
So then you know what you do? You share.
There you go.
Everyone enjoys it together.
Everyone's happy.
Yeah. Thank you, Richard.
Thanks.